Um, and then the final trend is continuing from last year, and it's just getting more and more, growing your garden knowledge with all sorts of gardening educational opportunities. And there's still so many online. There's a million gardening master classes, they all look wonderful that you can take online. But now what is exciting is that we're kind of getting back to slowly getting back to in-person um, opportunities, which is what we embraced this year, Jim, and was wonderful with the Freeland and Sabrina's garden in Napa. And we had our first one this past November, and it surpassed all of our expectations. I think I can safely say it was unbelievable, not just to be in person, but to learn in the garden from two designers, Freeland and Sabrina, and then everybody else. We learned, all of us, so much. Walking through the garden, smelling things that you can't get online. And for me, what I'll never forget is the Katsura tree that had just a few leaves left on it, and it perfumed the entire garden with the scent of like butterscotch and vanilla. I never knew they smelled like that. And they do that right before they drop. It was just magical. And somebody in the group was so inspired, they started drawing out their problem area in their own garden. And they started, it's like it clicked for them, and they knew exactly what they were going to do when they got home. And so that's what we're offering. And I'm so happy that even though the April class is sold out, we've opened a new session in June, and we have 10 spots left in May.
You
Jim,
know, Rebecca, what I really loved about it, and you were an amazing host, and
thanks.
Freeland, Sabrina, they're like no others,
Right.
including their garden. But we had a goal of the garden education, of course, but also the kumbaya, I
Yeah.
call it, where
Yeah.
everybody was like, they didn't want to go. And how can we come back the next day? So I really enjoyed that part of it, the connection. And that was a goal, and that
Excellent.
happened.
Well, that sort of ties into some of what we've been talking about, like the nostalgia aspect and the like the healing properties of gardens. Because as we were so surprised, there was a few people who have recently suffered a loss in their family and health issues, serious health issues, and they didn't want to go because they didn't feel it was the right time. And then something in them said, "I have to go," and they were so glad they went because gardening is so healing, as we all know. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. It was a
Yep,
pretty amazing.
that was a lot of fun. And we'll have a link to the in-person class in the show
Yeah.
notes also.
Yes.
So Rebecca and I got to do that together. Denise is coming to the April class, which will be amazing, Denise. Um,
I'm looking
so
forward to
we're
it.
excited. We're probably going to have these classes 6 or 8 times per year, not a lot. At the times when the garden's gorgeous and there most of the training happens out in the garden, which is fun.
Yes, definitely. So that's it for me.